because it's artery blood-brain barrier. This is what I was trying to explain in one of the figure now shows in the TV, where there was a heated discussion about cell phone, whether it causes or not. There is a thing called heat shock proteins, and heat shock proteins are one thing which increases, it causes more problems. Heat shock proteins are the proteins, they have a tangible, it folds by itself. The protein starts folding by itself. I know I am talking to a non-biologist student, but this particular thing, knowledge if you have, you can always understand things as such in a better perspective, and you can always try to avoid that particular stuff. This is called thawing. You are absolutely, all proteins and all that are getting heated up, and heat shock proteins and all that, they get into a disease. The more the heat shock proteins you have, the more chances of you getting into a disaster. It can be a simple memory loss, it can be a brain tumor also. These are the studies which were done in 1997. They showed high levels of lymphoma in 18 months long study, which was done in the animals, not in the things. And all of these studies which were done was done in an environment where they gave 1 hour of cell phone. I am really surprised. I had taken cola day before yesterday, and I have gone up to the exploring. And my driver, he was all the time on the phone. 1 hour, 1.5 hours, he was talking on the phone always. And I don't think all the scientific studies which were done for mice and all that, it has to be done on Ola drivers here. Because these people are talking more than 4 or 8 hours a day on the phone always. And it's quite thing is, it's very ridiculous. People are not aware of that. They just have a high power transmitter, they just put the earbuds and they think that everything is good as such. You are going to cause a lot from the environment as such. It is not just you are going to affect it, there are other things also going to affect it. See, we have the documents as such. You have got Swedish cancer specialist, he has shown the high incidence of brain tumor on the same side where cell phone is used on the right side. Okay, that's the reason we ask you to use left side also. Don't use on the right side on the same particular thing. And there is a US surgeon in UK by the name Vinnie Prana. She has gone to the extent. She is very emphatic. She says brain tumor is the cause. We have this. I can tell you the statistics. For the last 3 years in Telangana, we have seen more than 25,000 brain tumors. You know, brain tumors, why we are talking about these brain tumors and glioblastoma multiforme? For a brain tumor or glioblastoma, treatment is not easy. It is a kind of surgeon, for surgeon it is a nightmare. The person who does the therapies for him is also nightmare. Brain tumors are on the rise in the west also. This is happening in a place like Telangana. Everything is on the rise. We somehow attribute all these things to cell phone as well as high excessive Wi-Fi usage. There are studies. There is a doctor, Rhoda Barnes in US, and she has shown the Wi-Fi density in US in 2002 and 2012. 2002 the Wi-Fi density was low, and all the west coast, east coast, sorry. All full of by 2012, everything was Wi-Fi density was very high, and they showing the picture also. Let me not go into the circulating levels of melatonin. All of you people are feeling sleepy. You know why do you feel sleepy after having a good lunch? Any ideas? Any ideas? No ideas. We discussed this as well. But you should know about something like melatonin levels. The melatonin levels, if your melatonin levels go down, you are putting a mold. Any disease can enter there. Try to Google it. The person who's more healthy has high levels of melatonin. Okay? You can't reduce your melatonin. Melatonin is decreased by a lack of sleep, high lights in the night, okay? Excessive usage of cell phone as well as you have a monitor. Excessive bright light allows should not, we need to understand that why people at the age of people who are working night shift, people who are corporates who are working for night shift, they have got increased incidence of cancers. 25, 30, and 25. This kind of thing was never there before. This is all because of this excessive usage and all that. How many, okay, you are aware of infertility cases now, even when you, people having infertility, there is a kind of sperm count, people are getting into those sperm count just because of keeping the cell phones. It's being reported as such. And I just show you that this is a lot of studies being done. When I am talking, I know Janish Pandey has done this particular thing in Chandigarh. He has shown the kind of decrease in this particular sperm count in people as such. And okay, I just wanted to show you that particular this particular thing. There is a interval, particularly Keshav and Siddharth. I just want you to update on this particular thing. I want you to try to work on this particular. This is a really frightening statistic. And this one, Interphone study, there was they said initially everything is good, there's no problems with the cell phone. How come I know about 400 studies which were done to show that there were, till now, I think whatever I had studied, there were 400 studies, out of which 396 studies tell cell phone is used, is best, it doesn't cause any problem. Only 4 studies which were funded by the government agencies were showing some after effects with the cell phone. You tell me, all these 396 studies which I am quoting, which says cell phone is good, it doesn't cause any problem, are being funded by the same agencies. If Vodafone, these people have funded that. So I can't take that particular studies as a thing. So what I meant was this re-evaluation of Interphone study came into picture. Re-evaluation of Interphone study report was in May 2010. They concluded that there is no overall risk, high risk, but suggestions of increased risk of glioma, glioblastoma tumor, and heavy use of external exposure. The study, what happened was for less than 1 hour. All the SAR values, what I am talking, which was Interphone study. This study in the Indian population, I am talking about the Indian context, where every woman or every man is talking for not less than 2 or 3 hours on the cell phone. This study is not done at all. And this, I tell you with this one, I am sure this particular thing, this is going to show a big blow to all of us in the coming years. Because these studies, whatever studies they have shown was, they were trying to minimize the kind of time access. All rat study, all the human study, all the things. And all the studies which were done, the cell phone towers, the kind of power which was there was very low. Here we have one rampant. And in US there are 2 operators, cell operators, 2 or 3 maximum. Either there are 10 operators. Everyone tries to keep their particular stuff as with that particular high focus. The person who is residing around that particular building, we had seen high levels of cancer and other things like that. So we need to take up this. I just want Siddharth to come and discuss about this particular thing. Because I can always tell you, Siddharth, this particular slide, if you look at that, you need not use a cell phone at all to get a brain tumor. If you are in the vicinity of the, if you have that, you see what is the exposure of, if you have a cell tower which is constantly emitting by 24/7, you are getting into a problem. Siddharth, I just want your thing as such, because from engineering perspective, you are right. And now again, Keshav will follow.
Hi. Able to hear me? I need this. Normally think I'm loud enough. Do I need the mic or am I audible like this? I'm audible, right? Okay. I'll not use a mic because it gives me a little strange feeling. See, basically, why are we talking about cell phones? Why are we even discussing this study? I'm going to talk on the consumer perspective. What is the idea behind introducing you people to all of this? The idea is basically we are all damn sure that none of us are going to give up on our cell phones. Are we? No, right? None of us are going to give up on our Instagrams, Facebook.
I think the first, she said she wants to give up.
Oh, that would be great if someone wants to give up on the cell phones. But I would love to do that myself. I've been trying to do that for past 3-4 years, but I've been unsuccessful so far. The idea is to bring consumer awareness as to what we are getting exposed to. Right? How many of you have seen a Apple presentation when they launch a product? You've seen it? Any of you have seen an Apple presentation whenever they launch their new product line every year, every quarter? See, what happens is after the entire presentation is over, Apple says, our products are lead free, arsenic free, so and so, so and so, so and so. They cater to so and so, so and so environment protocols, which has been set forward. But when it comes to selling in India, the same product does not prescribe to the same standards which they talk about in US. Because in India, the consumer is basically not aware of what it is, what we need to use. In India, if the cell phone tower is supposed to transmit at 450 watts at whatever the strength it was supposed to transmit at previously, it has been brought down only because consumer awareness has come in. So it has come down, but it's still far higher than what it is in US. In US, if there is a product being sold, or in the West in Europe, consumer is basically aware at what is the electronic signature of the product. So you basically subscribe to a product which is far more environmental friendly. So the idea is to create a movement where we force the government to come up with a white paper where the product subscribe to the right kind of environmental friendly norms, so that we are also on par with the West. Not only that, you are all engineering students, so hoping that some of you will go ahead and do your projects in the areas where you will help reduce the radiation. We are all this earth is completely electromagnetic in nature, right? So there is always a electromagnetic wave, electromagnetic signature, which is, we are in a constant state where we are exposed to electromagnetic radiation. So there is always a question, what will a cell tower do to us? The point is, when you meddle with that, the frequency goes up. So the exposure, the higher the exposure, the risk of health ailments coming up is higher. So the studies and research is needed in the area where it brings it down. That is the thing. So that is what this entire talk is about, so that you people can work on things which will bring down, so that the awareness is there. You start demanding the right kind of products which the West is having, and we are being dumped with is a second graded product. How many of you are aware that the same Apple cell phone which is bought in US is different and which is bought in India is different? The same phone uses a different chip for India, uses a different chip for US and Europe. So the idea is to create awareness so that you people create a mass movement, and you also take up engineering studies which will result in bringing down these things. Okay, so that's what this is about, right?
I want to issue some of the things as such.
I won't take up much of your time. Very quickly, I'll give you some precautions. Okay, for all the boys, please keep the cell phones in your pocket at all times, right? You don't want to do it. Yeah, please keep it in your pocket at all times. Is that good for us? For the boys? And the girls, please keep it here or in the back pocket. It looks very stylish. And then always keep your cell phone right next to you when you sleep, and keep it on the mode when it is fully functioning. That will make us healthy. So I think we all got the message that these things are something that we should worry about. Use it as little as possible. You know, in my house, we have a little Wi-Fi zone. We have a router. We send out the Wi-Fi signals. It's all over the place. Those signals also cause some impacts. Now I am not offering you a solution. You're all engineering students. I just want you, Dr. Saxena, or whether it is Siddharth, all of us want you to think. Start thinking what this is. And this is, there's another thing, I'll just segue into one more thing about pollution. That's what I studied. Anybody heard of mercury? What is it? Planet Mercury. Another mercury. Hg. Right? It is in abundance in coal. You know how we get this electricity from? Thermal power, coal fires, generate steam, steam runs through the turbines, we get our electricity. Simple. In the state of Telangana, we are installing 8,000 megawatts of thermal power. No problem, very good for us. But I'll just give you one example. There are a lot more dimensions to pollution. Coal is inherently, when it's excavated from earth, a natural forming compound will have some amount of mercury in it. Actually, coal has a lot more mercury than other elements. Like if you find diamonds, it might not have much of mercury. It has got a lot more carbon in it. Coal is also carbon, but it will have a lot of mercury. So when you burn this mercury in the power plant, mercury goes up, becomes in the fumes, drops somewhere down. It's spread all over. You know, it goes into the agricultural fields. The cows eat it. You know, we get the milk. And somehow that mercury shows up in our bodies. And they have proven it. Scientists and researchers like Dr. Saxena, who's working on some other issue, but mercury, they have proven it that it is what is called a bioaccumulator. That means in the food chain it goes up. It's also a neurotoxin. What it does is once it goes into your body, it affects it finds it's a lipophilic. It finds fat or a solid organ. So most of it settles down in the brain or in the kidneys. The kidney diseases can be handled much easier, but brain. One of the things initially doctor mentioned was autism. Has anybody heard about it? Anybody seen Tare Zameen Par? You see that ball? Yes. You know, our children or our nieces or nephews could be one of it, once exposed to such pollution. When we get old, you might have seen our grandparents. They will not recognize this. It's happening a lot more now. They don't know how to come back to their house. That was Alzheimer's, which doctor mentioned. Using this all the time, at some point, you know, when you are younger, if you keep it in your pocket, it might affect the reproductive organs. But towards the long run, you'll get our head and brain, which is the most dangerous aspect that will become completely dysfunctional and helpless. These are some of the things we are hoping will stimulate your thoughts. What do you do now is up to you. But as a responsible citizen, and you know you are one of the smarter or the intelligent children of the society because you come to engineering colleges, good ranks, you are one of the upper cream in the society and the future that builds the country. You start thinking in these lines. That is Dr. Saxena's mission, that to stimulate your ideas, start thinking about it. Some of you might work, some of you might not work in the field, but definitely you change your practices. Go tell your family members or your friends and share this information about the damaging effects. Now, I think that, you know, it's after your college hours, you have spent so much of time here. We really appreciate you taking the time and listening to us after hours, spending time with us. And I thank you from Dr. Saxena and myself and from Siddharth for taking this time and listening to us. Thank you and you have a wonderful day.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And I just want all of you to pick up the things as such. We just wanted to, when we are trying to work on this particular thing, we want you to keep in touch with few people so that you can always do some effort in the society. You can always do some change. As such. We all want to do some change. That's the reason we are studying engineering college. Okay. Thank you.